Um,
Very excited.
okay, so since we have some new people on this call, I want to give you three a chance to kind of just introduce yourself and tell your story about why you chose to do this challenge and your health journey in general, whatever you want to share. So, Marquette, would you want to go first?
Last year, January, I got really excited about getting healthier and getting in shape and losing the extra weight I'd put on just through various years and reasons. And about a month into it, I found out I was expecting Darrow, and that kind of crashed the weight loss plan. And so now, I mean, after he was born, I started, when was it, February? I started a 8-week challenge group. Just thought I'd get a few of my friends, and that ended up getting about 17 people to do that with me. But I found that running it, I didn't actually do very well. And I didn't have the accountability that I needed. And so then when Tricia posted about this challenge, and I looked into it and saw the team aspect of it and how individualized it could be, yet all the teamwork and all the information they gave us, I knew that this would be just right for my personality. And I needed this jump. Oh, thank you. Needed this jump to help me make good choices and to get on track, because I wasn't doing it by myself.
Yeah. So things are going good with the challenge?
They are, for the most part. Last week, I didn't do as well as I would have liked, and I had to make up for it this week, but I'm back to, sorry, back to my low point, and things are going well and back on track.
Good. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Marquette.
No problem.
Sandy, you're next on my little screen. Do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. Let's see, what do you want to know? After about 32 years of marriage and having 6 children, I had packed on a lot of weight. And so a year ago, Tricia became my health coach, and I lost 70 pounds. And since about February, I've been waffling with the same 10 pounds, and it's up and down, up and down. And so this challenge has helped me to sort of kickstart good habits again and be focused on trying to keep that 10 pounds off and maybe even reach my real goal of 10 more losing. So anyway, that's sort of my story.
Thanks for sharing, Sandy. Sandy's my mother-in-law, and I love her.
Wow.
So I'm so glad that she trusted me. So thanks for sharing, Sandy.
Yay.
Julia, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I have 4 kids. My youngest is 18 months old, and I just kept gaining weight with each one. We all know how it is.
Yeah.
And I also work from home as an editor, which I really enjoy, but it does take a lot to balance everything. And so, you know, I'll have lots of stressful days. And so even though I really wanted to lose weight, I've always been overweight. I was the same person who wanted to lose weight was also the same person that wanted to give myself a little treat, a little break, you know. So I was always going back and forth and just not really doing anything, not really losing anything. And so really nothing ever worked until Marquette's little challenge. And it kind of turned it into a game, which I really like. And I know eating more vegetables and exercising and things like that, they're all really good things, but to make them equal to like points and stuff, for some reason that just worked for me. And so so far I've lost about 11 or 12 pounds.
Wow.
And people are starting to notice, which is cool, and my clothes are fitting better and some are not fitting at all anymore, which is both good and bad, because now I have to go spend money on clothes, which is also good and bad. But Anyway,
that way, right?
I'm excited to keep going, and I've learned some new things about myself. I don't really feel like it's a habit yet. I feel like I still need somebody, keeping track of me, and so hopefully soon it won't be so I have to do this because because of this other thing. It's not I'm doing this because it's good for me and because it's working. I know these things are working, but if all the challenges went away at this point, I feel like I would slip back to my old habits. So I want to keep going and maybe, cement them into habit.
Yeah. Oh, I really like that. I was talking to Sandy about that today, just how the habits of health that you're learning, just you're really focusing on building good habits. Thank you, all of you, for sharing. I really appreciate that. I wanted to talk about some things we're learning. So, Julia, this is kind of a prerequisite to the Stop Challenge Choose that everyone keeps talking about on our wall. You guys notice that?
Yeah.
I love it. So the program I coach, we use this book, Dr. A's Habits of Health, and in it talks about primary choices and secondary choices. So primary choices are like optimal health, like we want to be healthy for our kids or our family, or we just want to be fit and healthy. And then our secondary choices are like the banana split that likes to come in and get in the way, right? And so knowing that we're working towards a primary goal, our primary choice, and as we go throughout our day and we're confronted with these choices that we have, it's those little choices that are the big things that add up to the primary choice. I don't know. I'm not explaining this very well. Are you guys getting this? Maybe someone else could explain it better. But so when you're in that moment and you're trying to choose from that secondary choice and you want to choose your primary choice, the Stop Challenge Choose is really helpful. Has anyone used that this week, the Stop Challenge Choose, and want to share?
I will.
Okay.
An hour ago, I was browsing Pinterest trying to find healthy desserts, and there really aren't healthy desserts. And so I had my favorite pumpkin cupcake recipe up, and I was going to make it, and just the Stop Challenge Choose, and sorry, he's about to dive off. Was able to use that and to realize that's really not what I wanted. I stayed on track all day, and that was going to kind of mess that up, and it wasn't the overall choice I wanted to make, and so that helped me to get past just wanting a dessert. So
Yeah. Oh, good job. You just made me think of that video, if you guys watched it, with the football player. Which one do I want? That's cute. Good. Okay, well, anyone else want to share? This video is going a little long already, but I'd love to hear anything if you guys have that or have questions for the challenge, about the challenge or anything you need help with. Anyone?
I have a question.
Okay.
About Stop Challenge and Choose. Sometimes I'm really effective with it, and sometimes I stop and I think about it, and it's so rational and so real. I know what I'm supposed to do, but it's so overwhelmingly, enticing that I just say, I don't really care right now what my primary goal is. I really want to eat this whole bag of popcorn right now. So I'm not really effective at Stop Challenge Choose sometimes, because even though I'm going through the steps, I still have a defiance about me. It's like, I don't really care. This right now. So how do I get past that?
What do you two think? I'd love to hear your feedback.
No,
I'm
I have
not a pro at this either, but I like to think so, but I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I don't know what the answer is. I have the same problem. I had that problem this afternoon. I didn't give into it, but I really, really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was the same sort of, if I wasn't part of a challenge, I probably wouldn't have stopped myself.
I think part of it is maybe just practicing over and over better choices, it might become easier. I don't know.
Maybe.
Behave your way to success, even if you don't believe it or feel it.
Yeah.
I don't.
That video we watched where it was like a muscle, like working a muscle and building on that. So your brain's like a muscle. The more you say no, like I know a 50-something-year-old man who just doesn't eat desserts and it doesn't faze him. He's just like, nope, no thanks. And he's just kind of built that up. And I'm kind of like that with soda. I have a tip. Marquette, do you have anything you want to add to that? Are you good?
Last week, that was all my problem. And this week, just knowing what my goal is and how soon or how much quicker I'll be able to reach it by sticking to these healthier primary choices, that's helped me through the past 3 days to try and get back on track. It doesn't, not a long-term help, but that's helped this week, is just having my goals. I have them written on paper and stuck on the walls around my house. And so that's my solution this week. Next week, I may have to come up with something different.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard when you're in that emotional spot where you're like, I don't even care. I know I've been there too. One thing I like to suggest is just taking a moment to deep breathe. It's like a stress exercise, and maybe that's what's causing it. And I'm even understanding how the brain works, Sandy. Those lessons really helped. And if you can last for 15 minutes, then it's probably going to go away. And so finding some things to do instead of, so, okay, I know I'm at this point and I hit it, or even right before, I know I'm going to get to this point. So let's go out for a walk or something and distract my brain. Maybe so before you get to that point, try to combat it. I don't know. Those are some thoughts. We can think more about it this week. But thanks for hopping on, guys. I'm glad to have you. Any last things? Are you good? Are you excited for this week?
Yeah, it's gonna be the last couple of weeks coming up here.
Yeah, almost done. So, all right, we'll let you go. Everyone, have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Yay! See ya.
Hey.